by the end of the map, but 26-9-2 for 345 ACS from Buzz is just incredible.
Oh, it's just... I mean, that's
almost,
so many first bloods.
It's almost a 3.0 KD.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and I'm sure that a lot of this is the first... Let me look on my screen. I do have this. Yeah, 7 first bloods. I mean, that's just ridiculous. That's just crazy. I mean, he has more first bloods than almost all of Spear put together. That's just absolutely nuts what he's able to do there.
84 on his econ rating as well.
That's so good. The econ rating. I mean... Man, Alan Greenspan somewhere smiling after seeing that econ rating, dude. That's really good.
Well, it was a solid little finish there for Buzz. I'm glad that he, and that's one of the other big tellings about how good a player is if they can have such a rough map, where they make some boneheaded plays like he did on Ascent, and then just come into the next one and absolutely dismantle people. So that just shows mental fortitude and just stability there. Team likely rallying around him as well, saying, it's okay. Everybody messes up their, their tailwind updraft plays from time to time. Let's just get him in the next one. Let's get this 2-0. Let's have a nice little break before our next match. And that's exactly what we are going to have, because coming up next is going to be Vision Strikers versus Feel So Good. And I don't know if they're going to be feeling so good after this game.
No.
But if they do, then hey, that means that they'd be the first ones to take down Vision Strikers.
They really nailed their name then if they're able to take the Vision Strikers down.
Yeah, I think we have a very long break.
Yeah, I think we have a pretty long one here. Because of the way that the round of 32 is, guys, like everybody has to play at set times. Yeah. So we have to wait a bit. Yeah, we do. So the timer will give you all the information that you need to know, but set an alarm to that and then come back for that series because you don't want to miss it. Across. Wow. Takes out 10X in midair. Push on the corner. Where they start to push through. That is a great shot from Knox.
Yep, now it's going to be the showstopper. Spots one, throws it down, but 10X was already eliminated. Buzz. Not sure if he knows that there's one up above him.
So, lurking in. Hold the phone. He gets...
At least momentarily. Is he ready for the push in? Yes. Mark Jones gets himself up here onto the side.
No, at all. And this should be it. Yeah, there you go. Control of this. Gets the dart out. Whoa! Fake that U-Haul, and now it's not as easy.
Okay, well, Intro finding 3 with a Bulldog. Goes up, spotted, tries to pull back. Intro, do we see an ace with a Bulldog? I think we might. No, it just doesn't. One doesn't look to the left, but Buzz is here. Right click to finish. And he gets his head taken off. Maybe if they just all run at him one after the other, he can actually pull this off. He's looking for the shot, but here comes Buzz from behind. Does he go for the knife? No, he does not. Just goes in with the ghost, gets the headshot, and it's 13-7.
Cool. we drove to New Jersey. Your eyes seemed I'd be worried. You said it was nothing, but I knew you'd get buried. The sorrow of us, the sorrow of us. How did we end up here? We used to laugh so hard. When did we stop loving, babe? When did it all go too far? We don't listen when we talk. We fight fire with fire. It's like we don't know how to talk without the phrase getting higher. You hear when I hear me. Yeah, nothing else in between. Yeah, try to connect without making a scene, but we don't listen. We don't listen when we talk. We don't listen when we talk. I know you have your reasons to yell at me tonight, baby. Can we see this as a lesson? Then maybe we should open up. The sorrow of us, the sorrow of us. How did we end up here? We used to laugh so hard. When did we stop loving, babe? When did it all go too far? We don't listen when we talk. We fight fire with fire. It's like we don't know how to talk without the phrase getting higher. You hear when I hear me. Yeah, nothing else in between. Yeah, try to connect without making a scene, but we don't listen. We don't listen when we talk. Don't ask me to leave, 'cause I wanna stay. Don't ask me to leave, 'cause I wanna stay. We don't listen when we talk. We fight fire with fire. It's like we don't know how to talk without the phrase getting higher. You hear when I hear me. Yeah, nothing else in between. Yeah, try to connect without making a scene, but we don't listen. We don't listen when we talk. We don't listen. We don't listen when we talk.
Finally don't get no fuss. Finally be riding on my way. Finally woke up with some luck in the book. I don't give a what someone say. Finally got my friends in the back of my roller. We gon' make it big one day. We gon' make it big, I say. We gon' make it big, just stay in there. Stay in the moment. Stay in the moment with me. Give you a moment. Give you a moment with me. Smell all the roses. Smell all the roses with me. Just give you a moment. Stay in the moment with me. You woke up from a while. Haven't seen you smile since December. Ripped your heart, got a brand new one since you got lost in November. See it in your eyes when we leave for the night. Way too many heartbreaks still on your mind. Let the flame burn down for a while. Let the flame blur out for a while. Stay in the moment. Stay in the moment with me. Give you a moment. Give you a moment with me. Smell all the roses. Smell all the roses with me. Just give you a moment. Stay in the moment with me. find your way. Let's see you smiling. Since we were stuck in LA, babe, come jump the rooftop and come watch the skyline with me. I can't stay. No, I always gotta go. Playing house, this ain't a home with my soul on the road. I can't stay. No, I always gotta go. Playing house, this ain't a home with my soul on the road.
I can't sit still for a minute. I'm so dead set on indifference. Keep it Charlie, stay down with them Dickens. Let's get around like it's the 80s. Right round, let's keep spinning. Let's keep playing these games that we don't want to finish. And I'm sorry if that sounds a bit bitter, but I am to the core. You want the whole damn thing, then you ask him for more. You want that old jive swing, you take up all of the floor. I'm fine with standing at the edge of the door. You be the life of the party. I blend in with the core. You drink it all to Bacardi. Till the bottles no more. Let's take it back for this started. You want the love, I don't got it. Got my soul on the road. You screaming stay, baby please don't go. Don't think it's in me to listen to foe. It's so different with distance we roam into zones where nothing get hurt anymore. I just wish I was home when I stepped through front door, but instead I'm alone and completely unsure. And even though you're screaming out with the best of intentions, I don't get it. Why do you always gotta ask me to stay? Why you always gotta go? Playing house, this ain't a home with your soul on the road. Say, why you always gotta go? Playing house, this ain't a home with your soul on the road. See, I've been lost in my thoughts, and my thoughts they too obscure to usher off. Sorry, Mom, I just thought you were my world. Now you're not. And I'm just sitting, smoking, sloping in a daze, cause my days ain't been the same since I drove here away. I remember the way you wrote letters in blue ink. You and me was in love. Look about what your crew think. I know your moms probably think I'm a bastard. Your pops probably wanna beat my to death and take a in my casket. But I got sick of fighting, bickering, fussing over nothing, cussing. Instead of watching the death of discussions that we once had, days that we once spent in the backseat of our cars, reading poets at sunset. It's funny how love can fall out the foreground, get pushed into the back of your mind. We used to twist a spliff and laugh and relax. Now you crying, and I'm trying to find the reasons. So I ask, does forever ever happen, or is it always fade to black?
I can't stay. No, I always gotta go. Playing house, this ain't a home with my soul on the road. I can't stay. No, I always gotta go. Playing house, this ain't a home with my soul on the road.
You better start moving and feel the music. Get your groove on and let it use you. When you feel the fire and you know it's right, pure desire, just hold on tight. Get up, down, move around, get down on the ground, get high and touch the sky. You know the reasons why. Just dance. Come
I've been feeling this way for far too long. And now you're gone. Took me away from all of my fears. Kept me away from all of my tears. Now you're gone. And now I'm lost. Finally, I think I can see clearly now. I'm in love. Think about me one more time before you slowly. I'm in love. Took me away from all of my fears slowly. I'm in love. Kept me away from all of my tears slowly. I'm in love. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't burn me, don't burn me. Come on, you're too hot. That's okay. Don't heed it when solemn hurt, nor when it calling me. Darkness is novelty, but still pray it don't swallow me whole. Hope God in all of these verses in ponderance. Her surface is faltering, but I'm constantly wandering through its cracks and its crevices. Found love at a deficit. I better set the tone straight. No, it's in everything. I struggle to find it still. Wish time could rewind a little. Always hungry for younger me. Any version but current me. I roll with the current. Hope it takes my uncertainty. But certainly nothing for certain. Open the curtain, see. Exchange is a currency. Changing the landscape. I hang on the words we speak. I think I should let them go. I think I should let them go. I think I should let them go. I wonder if heaven's doors open for everyone. I see that the devil run along with the angels. I'm still angry at my pops, though we dead and gone. Some cuts turn to scars and they stay for good. Got too many things I wish that I never saw, things that I never heard. You told me yo every hurt, now it plays on a loop and I'm hanging on every word. I think I should let it go. I think I should let it go. I'm always turning to medicine, think that's to my detriment. I wanna be a better person, but I fall short of every goal. I wanna be honest, but I'm lying on every song. Someone smack me right now, or I'll never grow. I'll blame it on everyone, except the man in the mirror I see everyone. Sometimes I hate that the sunrise, wish it fell and it never rose. Find the thorns on top of every rose I ever hold. I just think I should let them go. I don't know if there's really good in the world. I see the selfish in every soul, but I'm trying to change up my viewpoint. Hang it up with those Newports that I choke down with a loose cord. These days I'm trying to do more, but I sit on my ass a lot like this armchair, a throne in the castle of Camelot. And me and Greg at a round table. Hope this was a sound fable for all y'all to listen to. Really hope that you listened through, heard how parts of my soul sound, and how Greg a monster laying them chords down. I open my doors now, spread out my arm wide. Find love at day's end, see glory in mom's eyes. They changed my whole life. These days I ain't gotta worry much, just gotta make songs cry. I've done that for a long time, but I hope that this song smiles. I'm tired of teardrops, hope all this fear stops. We stop and smell the flowers while they all in bloom, and every afternoon wasn't always doom and dread. And the world up at its end got these thoughts that we keep hanging. Think it's time we let them rest. time that we let him go. It's time that we let him go.
You give me this energy. It is like you set me free. Chasing highs to stay alive. But if I'm with you, I'll survive. So hold me close into the night, 'cause I need you to stay. You take me to paradise, that's why it's hard to wait. Can I be around you for motivation? Just a little while now. A simple question, can I get closer? Just for motivation. Can I be around you for motivation? Just a little while now. A simple question, can I get closer? Just for motivation. Life is hard the way it is, but with you it's easier. Follow me into the night, without you I'm falling deeper. Stay a bit longer, yeah, I just need you to, I just need you to. Stay a bit longer, I just need you to. Can I be around you for motivation? Just a little while now. A simple question, can I get closer? Just for motivation. Can I be around you for motivation? Just a little while now. A simple question, can I get closer? Just for motivation.
Get ready.
All right, and welcome back. It's time to get into our second and final series of the evening. This time, it's going to be Vision Strikers going up against Feels So Good. And these guys have a very tough task ahead of them. Vision Strikers, as they tweeted and have clarified now for us, have won 100 matches.
100 wins.
100,
Yeah, yeah.
100, like, sorry, I'm doing the same mistake. Not 100 matches, 100 maps. They have won
Yeah.
100 maps now, and of course their win streak is still alive. The losses streak kind of, it's there was
They
a
had draws.
little bit of a gray area
Yeah.
because of the two draws that they did suffer, but as far as like best of 3 and onward series, these guys are still on a tear.
I mean, they're just impenetrable right now, and now they're starting to add some new wrinkles to their lineups, kind of tooling around with some different agents. It used to be pretty much you saw not exactly the same thing every time, but for the most part, you saw the same kind of things coming out of Vision Strikers. Now you're seeing Sky being utilized by Stacks instead of Breach, who is already just maybe the best Breach in the world. I mean, I think a lot of people kind of would throw him up there in that conversation a couple months ago, but now he's playing Sky more. I think the way he talked about it was that, Sky offers a little bit more utility. You still have the flashes. You still have the same 3 flashes like you do with Breach, which is kind of what the kind of core component of what he does is he sets up his teammates and sets up himself to make the plays. But the ability to get that information with the Trailblazer seems to be really important to them. I mean, it's like having, if you don't have Sova, it's like having a Sova as well.
Yeah, pretty much. It just allows them to know exactly where everybody is at any given moment. We'll go ahead and take a little recap at our groups here. is new turn. Move up 2-0. Vision Striker is going to be looking to do the same here with this series, but it feels so good if they could take him down. Would be absolutely massive for them. Unfortunately, the other team in this group, Norarengo, just not quite being able to put up the numbers, it would seem. So they do fall 0-2 thus far. So a rough start for them. Spear Gaming still have that 1-1 record, with Rio looking very well poised to move up 2-0 as well.
I just noticed that we have a team called Food Eat. Like that's what you do with food. You eat it. In fact, that's a pretty.
We've got some great names.
We've got some really good ones. Feels so good.
We've got Feels So Good. We had Best Friends
I Need
Sword last
Girlfriend.
time. I Need Girlfriend. They are still competing.
Yes.
They're in one of the other groups.
They're playing tomorrow.
Yeah, so I Need Girlfriend. Maybe if they get a win, they will be able to find girlfriend. So
is that if I'm good at Valorant, can I find girlfriends? Is that how it works?
it might.
Oh.
sometimes that celebrity, can really pay off. Can pay off for you. Gives you that exposure.
Yeah.
So suddenly she's flipping through Tinder and she sees, oh my God, it's that player from I Need Girlfriend. Maybe I can become that player's
Answer
girlfriend.
the call. The siren song of the Valorant teams.
Yeah.
I Need Girlfriend. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I love their name. Actually, I think it's really funny. So I appreciate that.
We need more teams with names like that. I would love to see a AAA tier esports organization that has sponsors like Kia or Hyundai or something like that.
Kia helping you find a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Get to your date.
Exactly. Pick her up, why stop there? Like, well, I need boyfriend. Let's get an all-female team.
Dude, we can get Tinder to
however
sponsor the team.
Whatever
even.
you're interested in, just let's have more.
Doesn't Bumble already sponsor an esports team or something? Am I crazy? Anyway,
I don't know.
But we could get Tinder.
We have had some adult websites in the past form their own esports organizations.
That's
but
true.
Those aren't really around anymore. That definitely didn't happen here. But
no, not here.
Yeah, I want to see more. I want to see more fun with it. Fun with the names.
I'm fine
always,
with it.
It's
I
always
think it's
fun.
great. I think it's really
Not
good.
everything has to be like arms crossed, this crazy name that sounds super official and intimidating and whatnot.
And then maybe we could get some more poses, when the players have their pictures that they take, so we could show them. I mean, like it's this pretty much all the time. Yeah. Every once in a while you see this or, but now maybe we get some hearts or some, these kind of things going if we get the right sponsors. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that's still one of the best esports organizations. Was Unicorns of Love in EU for when they were playing in the LEC, now the LEC and whatnot.
That was a great name.
I think they still might exist. I think they might be playing on like the East European scene.
You know more about that world than I do.
Yeah, but I mean, I thought that was such a great organization when they first came around because this is like they're not taking themselves like super seriously, and they were putting up numbers and they were actually winning. Sometimes in international competition as well. I think that they had beaten the Flash Wolves at IEM Oakland in 2016 or so. Maybe it was 2017. I don't know. I just remember being there.
Esports
and
history.
Them looking good. So, stuff like that. The goofiness is always fun. But,
yeah. I like that kind of stuff.
Well, anyway, down to brass tacks.
Brass tacks, fine. I think this is kind of what you would expect here. You have to ban Icebox against Vision Strikers. You just can't give them the free win. Vision Strikers, they hate bind, so they ban it. They just do not like playing on it. I don't blame them. It is kind of one of their tougher maps. So then you have to pick Ascent against Vision Strikers. That's their second weakest map, I'd say. Vision Strikers then are like, yeah, Haven, we like that. Makes sense. And then splits there. And I mean, Vision Strikers know that that's also one of their maps. So this is pretty much about exactly what you'd expect out of these guys. And by the way, Feels So Good is not like a slouch team by any stretch of the imagination. These are players who some of them have been on Spear, the team we just saw before. Yeah. But in previous. So these guys are all really good. I mean, Excel, Sohwa. Sohwa is a really good jet. Assuming that's what he's playing. These guys can ball.
Yeah, they absolutely can. I mean, we've got Sola here. We've also seen I believe we've
Pig9.
I
think we've
seen
Pig9.
Eliza as well. So, these guys have been, they've been around. They've been on different organizations and whatnot. Now they're coming together and they're looking to take down the Titans that are the Vision Strikers.
Yeah,
this could be rough. I'm
really curious to see what their lineup's going to be. Eliza's been playing Omen for the most part in recent history. Is that going to be the continuation? Like a lot of when I look through the history of these players, like they have some overlap. Like there's some players that both play Killjoys from time to time. There's some Rays. There's a couple Raises in here. What's going to be the lineup in the organization? Is somebody going to try Astra again on Ascent? Like,
I mean, as soon as we saw Astra, we were like, ooh, Glow. Yeah. What if he picks this up? or even Stacks, you know, for that matter, just given the
Sure.
you know, the strategic execution of it all. Seems like you still, you know, want Stacks to have a little bit more flexibility there. Like obviously we saw Ghana play the Breach while we had Intro play the Astros, so it seems like it will be more of an Omen swap overall. But we have to just wait and see, because Stacks is obviously, he's shown us a lot. You know, we know that he's a great Breach. We know that he's a great Sky. He can also play Sage incredibly well. Used to be a mainstay for him when they were playing on Icebox, whenever they actually got the opportunity to do it. Sky's kind of replaced that, but you never know. Maybe he's going to be the one to pick up the Astra instead. So
Yeah.
I'm curious. Maybe they just don't touch it at all.
And for Vision Strikers, I mean, you might feel comfortable trying some weird stuff here. Just this is one of your easier rounds you're going to have going forward in a way. I'm not saying that Feels So Good is not good at all. Like they're a very good team. On paper, there's a lot of really good players on this team.
Yeah.
It's just you're going up against Vision Strikers. And Vision Strikers, we've seen it. Well, they will toy with you a little bit. They'll try some stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see if anybody's going to be trying this new Viper still, because we didn't get in the other set. Obviously, we don't know what's been going on in some of the other matches. I'm sure there's been a plethora of Viper played, just given how many series there are occurring simultaneously.
And we haven't really seen the maps for it, though, but it might happen. Ascent is, I was going to say, if it's going to happen, it's going to be on Ascent, definitely not Bind. You can't do much with Viper on Bind. But this would be one where I wouldn't be too surprised to see it. Because you can control so much space. Some of those narrow corridors, B main, A main, with Viper, just like you can do with Arrays in a lot of ways. The Poison Cloud, the Snake Bites, these kind of things can really occupy a lot of space.
Well, it seems like Vision Strikers are not going to be changing up anything yet. They do hover the Viper there for Glow for just a moment, but Stacks is going to be on the Sky. King just delaying the lock in here, as we just wait to see what the rest of the team comp is going to look like for Feels So Good. Seems like it's going to be fairly stock standard. There is a hover on the Yoru right now, but even with the recent changes, it seems like he's not going to be, you know, still at the forefront of agents. And yeah, there will just be a flip over onto the Breach.
Yeah, it looks like they are kind of moving away from the Viper. I'm a little sad. I was hoping to see it. I've seen, you know, when I'm watching some games like in the top level, there's some Vipers that can really shut down, especially B. Like your Viper Pit's really powerful there with your ult. You could, again, control a lot of space with your walls and your half smoke, half poison kind of thing. Everything's really good, but it is going to be the Omen is the final lock-in for Eliza there. So nothing really too crazy from either of his teams. To be honest, this is pretty stock standard. Yeah,
I mean, we saw Ascend is our first map, you know, in the first series, and that's where we got to see Intro bring it up. It seems like Vision Strikers and Feel So Good, just not really feeling the Astra yet. Maybe they have some set plays on other maps, and you know, Ascend's
they
one
might
of the
be
ones where
saving
they're.
it.
Yeah, I mean that's also very possible. Why show your hand in the qualifier if you can just continue playing what you know is tried and true, what you know you can win with? So very well could be a case of that. So we just have to wait and see as Stage 2 unfolds, because we've got several weeks of play ahead of us. And this is just the beginning. This is just the qualifier. Worth noting, though, while we might be here in the studio, the players are playing at home at the moment for the qualifier, but that is going to change. Starting with Challengers Week 1 and throughout the entirety of Stage 2, here in Korea, we will have the players playing offline in the studio for every single series. So there's something to get excited about, guys.
That is really exciting. I cannot wait for that. It's so cool to be able to do that here. We've just been so fortunate to be able to bring you guys some lands. Masters was so fun having the players down here, and I mean, I'll say it. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I love talking to Stacks.
Yep.
A, he speaks great English. B, he's funny as heck. Like the guy just trolls over. He's so funny, and he'll just tell you like it is. Like, I really enjoy listening to that guy talk. And he's actually the reason I thought Astra might be tried by Vision Strikers, because he really was, at least to me, talking it up a little bit, saying that, you know, the smokes are great, of course, but some of her, you know, the gravity well stuff can be like comboed with stuff really well.
Yeah.
And maybe there's potential for that, but it is kind of hard to pull off in a way too, because you can see those stars on the ground.
Well, for now, Vision Strikers taking their time here with this initial pistol round, slowly creeping up. We do have the spike at the moment, moving into B lobby with a triple creep up through mid towards market. The triple spot, they will clear that out. Decent little fall line here. Will catch a couple members on the side of Vision Strikers, but they make it through market relatively unscathed. Now can drop down and start getting the spike planted as they assure that The boathouse is cleared.
Deja vu from Ascent last time, where the pistol round attacking team gets into the site relatively free. Let's see if they can hold it down. Alley's going to take down RB there. Pretty good opening.
Yeah, decent opening shot. 4 more to deal with. Alarm bot does get cleared out, doesn't really find much value. The paranoia coming through gives Glow's position away, and King will fall over on the right side. Now Glow taken down, and it all comes down to Zest. Does manage to dome one from behind, gets the dink, but cannot get the finish, and Vision Strikers will lose yet another pistol round.
Surprise! Yeah, that's pretty normal. I do want to point out a couple interesting things. It's just a great retake, first of all, from FSG, coming from a bunch of different angles. Again, they're able to, if you can get to Lumber safely as the retaking side, you have a pretty good chance, because everybody pretty much bottlenecked. Yes, there was Zest, who was off, to the bottom side of B there, but once you can get into Lumber, like, you do have a pretty good chance. Coming through 2 different directions, you can get pretty good crossfires, you can use your utility. There's the potential to see a lot of what's going on, as we saw with Glow behind the box. You know exactly where he is. He's dead to rights, basically. They're doing a really nice job with it. But I do want to point out there's something interesting here for FSG with Ali playing Killjoy. Typically, he had been a Sova player before, so this is a little bit of a different change-up for them. And I said I was wondering who was going to kind of have to change their role a bit for FSG coming into this, and it looks like that's going to be the change.
Deep chase in here from Soulhawk gets a good chunk of damage out onto RB as well as Zest. It's making any attempt at a take here that much more difficult for them. Spike still hovering over here by the B site. So Vision Strikers might look to reroute a little bit and maybe tackle A. Feeling perhaps like they've bought enough time to cause some rotations to come out from the defense, but still going to be a 3-man stack over here. And there's still a Jet with a Judge waiting in the archway.
They have to flash into Gelato here to make sure that there's nobody. They haven't had any information, anyone chilling over towards A main to find out what's going on. There are smokes at the doors of A main. Sohwa with a Judge. That could be really destructive. You can see if a smoke comes down in front of him, you really give yourself really good angles to take people down. And there it is. Comes around the corner, gets RB, but gets taken out by King.
Okay, well, it's a good little return fire there from King to find a kill. Tries to set up here in Heaven, does manage to spray down 1. And as Excel will push up right in front of main, he'll claim 2 on the back end of that one. So, feels so good. They lose that on 2 members. They'll be forced to buy up some guns here as they trade some stuff around, but Vision Strikers now will be coming through with the full rifle, full armor.
Yeah, so now it gets tough. And so the Stinger's kind of interesting. Ever since that nerf a couple patches ago, it's a lot of people have just basically stopped using it. Now, what's really interesting about it is the first, like, 3 or 4 bullets are actually pretty darn accurate with it. So it's not as garbage as you might think. You just have to be really disciplined with how you're using it. It's not like the Spectre where you can just hold the trigger down and it's super accurate. There's not much recoil control you have to do. But after those first couple bullets that come out of the Stinger, it just falls apart. I mean, the bullets just go random directions all over the place.
Yeah, I think it also it's going to come down especially to which agent is going to be, is getting used. Because if you are on somebody that has like really cheap utility like a Jet, like you're always basically going to want to prioritize going for a Spectre comparatively. But for somebody like Breach and you've got, you want to have those 3 flashes every single round. You want to have that aftershock. Makes total sense. To just go ahead and pick that up. RB finds Soha in the smoke. Just chipping away with the Vandal. Comes up with a straight headshot. So a very good start here for Vision Strikers as they look to put themselves on the board with the first round win. TP into the smoke just so he can't get darted. Glow will keep things a bit ambiguous here about his positioning.
I do find it a little interesting that Ping's positioning is all around the defender side spawn. Typically you're going to see Sovas play up towards B. Maybe even a little bit further up into mid towards Pizza, but he's playing really far back, really cautious, really trying to set up for these retakes. Now, Turret going to be taken down. Vision Striker is going to use the opportunity to try to push through. RBS to wait for the fault line to come through Market. Nobody there. So for Vision Strikers, it's going to be a free take on the beat.
Yeah, Nanoswarm and the Blast Pack being used just to ensure that they can safely get that spike down. Now that it's planted, everybody will play in their respective areas. RB here with the cross. Oh man, back to back. Do we see an ace? We do not. Stacks takes it out from beneath his feet, but 4 kills from RB. Woo! And 4 members left standing here. Vision Strikers get the round win.
Yeah, I mean, RB got that pick into short A early. and then just follows up from market. And if you're FSG, you gotta kind of come in from more than one direction. I mean, everyone just piles in from alley, and that's a recipe for disaster unless you're really able to get some good flashes and some good smokes down. What in the world
is happening?
Is that? Why are we seeing Jet eating pizza on our screen?
What just?
I mean, I'm not against Jet eating pizza or anything, but what?
What was that?
I don't know what that was. I'm so confused.
I don't understand. How did that get there?
Is that a spray?
Can somebody?
You can't spray your own screen.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like I don't know. It's an augmented reality thing. I don't know, man.
Understand. If somebody solves this, please tweet at us what the hell that was. I'm so confused. By the way, RB darted, pulls back, gets himself behind the staircase and stays safe.
I mean, Jet's near pizza, but
that has got a spot glow.
is it a fortune-telling thing that she's gonna die in pizza? Is that
maybe?
Sohwa, don't do it. Defy expectations. He's got blades.
He does. Not looking to pop it though. Their cover will come out, blocking off the archway, and it seems like the slow creep will begin as Vision Strikers make their way up over towards Tree. RB gets the line up. It's a dome there onto Excel. Almost falls. Does get taken rather low. 30 HP remaining, but Stax is here very swiftly to offer up some healing.
There's so much versatility with Skye. It's just incredible what you can do with her. I mean, he leads the way with the Seekers and the Trailblazer. You could throw those out one after another to really get all the information. Now RB has showstopper.
Oh, he's just stopping them. He just,
they can't move forward. They know it. He might try it anyway.
Would you like to die today? So almost does. Blast pack will get cleared out. But how do you approach this? I think the answer is basically that you don't. Glow firing from hell does find Sohwa just getting the wall bang. King pushes forward, finds one, and it's just one after the other. Feels so good getting dropped. And now we'll just see the exits here from Vision Strikers. King on the hunt. Here's where this Sova is at, and Ping 9, I don't think he's going to be getting away with it. There's the finish, there is the final blow, and there is the tide up 2-2.
I mean, this is just a great job by King in a couple respects. He's in tree, locking that down, keeping FSG from finding any crossfire angles on the retake, and then he moves all the way over into mid, into market, and cuts off the retreat of Pig 9. Doesn't even let him save the gun. I mean, that's such a huge economic blow to FSG after you're not only going to win the round, but now you're basically taking 2,900 credits out of their hands as well. Just classic Vision Striker stuff, just so smart, reading their opponents so well, being patient, being smart, putting their utility up into heaven at great timings, just making it impossible for SFG to ever push forward. And FSG, they need to find ways to get smokes up there. They need to cover themselves, give themselves an opportunity on those retakes.
Well, as usual, slow and steady here from Vision Strikers. Forward here, looking around with the Trailblazer, sees the gunfire coming through, but they obviously know that that is where that position's going to be at. King does get tapped up a little bit. Down the 91. Decent little stray shots there from Ali.
Just slow, classic Vision Strikers, just getting all kinds of information. Stacks over in B. Throwing some guiding lights and stuff through to see if anybody's around the corner. Lockdown going to be used onto B, but I think this is a fake. The spike is heading through attacker's spawn, and King really trying to sell this, throwing some of his nano swarms out as well to really try to put some pressure into Ali.
The call is starting to come through that nobody has made their way out onto the site, so there's still 4 members hovering around, and Sonalot does manage to find King, so everybody else now is going to get ready to storm in to this site. RB tries to throw out the boom bot, but Ali with a very nice peak timing does manage to come up with a kill. If they could retrieve a gun, it would be a huge boon for them. Maybe they just don't even need it. Glow, however, still going to be situated well below. Gets the final shot. Doesn't quite manage to make it happen, but Stax is there to cover the rest of the squad. Does find 2 on the round, and that's Vision Strikers taking the lead.
I mean, it's nice recognition here by FSG that it's a fake, and they don't fall for it. Glow lands a heck of a paranoia. He hits basically all 4 members of FSG up in heaven, and that makes that push in on that retake really difficult for them. He's there to pick up a couple of them along the way. Stacks, of course, just so clutch, so reliable, so sturdy, finishing things once again as the last kill in the round. But FSG, again, they're doing good things. They're reading the Vision Strikers well there, but they can't all come in from the same angle. The Vision Strikers just aren't going to let you get away with it. They're just going to punish the heck out of it.
Well, while we wait for Vision Strikers to garner some information and decide where they want to go, I did get confirmation that it was actually an in-game spray.
It is a spray.
So yeah, I thought I recognized it as a spray, but I wasn't, obviously it being stuck on the UI was...
Yeah, I thought it, what did it go on the wall?
It's just one of the observer, just a little minor observer feature that can occur from time to time, I guess.
Oh.
So it just ended up becoming sentient and floating around in the air.
Well then.
Still hilarious,
I, for one, welcome our new spray overlords.
I know. I almost wish I would have more often.
They're pretty cool. They look nice. I think that's actually a cool idea to have them, like, you can, like, put them on the screen so that actually, like, that's a new way to kind of show off a little bit, you know? Put them on the screens of the observers, be like, look what I just did. I just aced them. Now have a picture of Jet eating a pizza.
Making me hungry for pizza. Blast pack tossed out, just trying to chip away at them. Find too much as Glow gets himself teleported up, spotted through heaven to say that it was going to be clear. Spike gets dropped momentarily, but Zest scoops it up. Makes his way to safety, gets saved off a little bit there on the plant. Just waiting for that nano swarm to expire. Tailwind in, RB. The help of Glow barely takes down Sohwa. Ping 9 pushes the corner, manages to find 2. Glow gets rid of 1, follows up for a second, his third in the round. And Stacks, he's got to wait out this lockdown. Does expire, obviously does not get detained, but now needs to make his way over to the site to try and stop this. Seems like he's not going to have enough time. He will not. The defuse goes off. We will remain tied up at 3-3, but Stacks cleans him up and makes this very costly for Feel So Good.
Yeah, they get a win, but like you said, it's costly. This time, though, Feel So Good does a great job learning from their mistakes. They kind of change things up. They're coming from different directions. Eliza goes up towards heaven. The other 3 push their way in through tree. Glow's doing his best as he can to hold it down, gets a triple kill, but there's just too much pressure, and it's a really, really nice job by Feel So Good. A good adjustment there on their retake. Very smart. That helps that you have lockdown, of course, to get Stacks completely displaced as well. That's a big deal, but the angles they're coming from, like the initial forethoughts are much better for them in that round. Now, this time they're going to be maybe pushing through. Nope, that guiding light's definitely going to make you rethink ideas, but it's the judge around the corner again for Sohwa.
This goes for a quick little peek around the corner. Stacks taking his time. Bounce in from RB as the lineup. Oh. I thought that was going to go off for a second, but they killed it in the very last moment to avoid taking any damage.
It's an alarm bot right at the door there as well. Let's see if RB's able to... That helps.
It's really good alarm bot placement, actually, because
it is.
The attention is going to be drawn over towards window and garden access and whatnot. So the alarm bot maybe has an opportunity to go off, but when you're just pushing in and not going to be challenged by anybody, it makes it that much simpler to clear it. So good dark cover out from Glow as Stacks finds an opening kill as Sohwa is gone.
It's just quintessential Vision Strikers. They know where to put their smokes to buy themselves, even with the utility of Killjoy available. Ping 9 going to try to connect with the Hunter's Fury. I don't think he really finds anything with that.
Yeah, they just wait it out and they say, okay, now we plant.
The patience of Vision Strikers just so good.
Spotted 1 there for a moment. King gets himself situated down below the Rolling Thunder coming crashing across, but I don't think it actually hit anybody from the side of Vision Strikers because of the split that they're playing. RB finds Eliza before King can get the wall bang. Stacks will get headshot. A nice little snap there from Excel.
How can you even find a head from that angle?
Well, he did.
He did.
And now he's going to want to save this gun.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, the Vision Strikers are just so good. It's great smokes to cover everything. I mean, even though the Killjoy utility is there to give the information and kind of let FSG know what's going on, it doesn't matter. The Rolling Thunder, like you mentioned, basically doesn't catch anything really that important. It might have caught King at the bottom.
Oh.
Glow's going to get Excel in spawn. So once again, Vision Strikers punishing FSG at the end of the rounds, trying to save their guns.
Yeah, I mean, they just can't really afford anything. Solhas thinking about going for a Frenzy and a half armor. Everybody else just pretty much saving. They don't want to buy down, you know, less than 1,800.
Yeah.
So it's going to be one Frenzy and a bunch of classics, and hopefully for Feel So Good, a ton of outplays. Because that is what is needed right now. Vision Strikers otherwise just going to be looking to,
How close
you know,
is
broaden the gap here between them.
How close is Solhwa to the Blade Storm? Is
Ooh.
my question.
Not very. I think he's 3 out of 6.
Okay. I'm just curious.
I saw it before when we had the buys up, but I didn't quite.
Yeah. So
retain
so then definitely makes a lot of sense.
Oh. Okay, makes his way out. Glow finishes off one, Stacks finishes off the other, and it is just a slaughter.
Rip.
Like lemmings to the cliff. That definitely didn't jump off on their own, but Vision Strikers, yeah, they just mow them down. 5
Isn't
straight.
that a myth that lemmings
Yes.
wasn't it like a staged thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
They drove.
But it's
big,
still.
They drove
yeah.
big trucks at them and then forced them to jump off the cliff.
That's brutal.
Good job, Disney.
Yeah, I mean, Vision Strikers just have such a good read on what FSG wants to do on those save rounds. They knew they were going to push somewhere, try to, you know, kind of force the issue, try to get a couple kills in close range situations. They come busting out of B, and Vision Strikers are just like, yeah, we know what you're doing. We're just waiting for it.
Yeah, they had the perfect read on it. But here comes the entry from RB. Doesn't have the showstopper, might not need it. Does he clear Hell, though? Yes, he does. Oh, no, that was Heaven. Never mind. I thought he threw it down below. So still hasn't really checked this, so Eliza's going to be...
This is a great little smoke
All right.
here from Eliza. This really obfuscates where he is.
Well-
You don't know for sure if he's top or bottom.
It's gone away now, and he does manage to line it up. Follows up for a second kill. 9 bullets remaining, and King will go ahead and press the issue to finish him off. But a good amount of damage is dealt. That allows them to be tied up now, 3-3. Stacks finds Excel. King continues to just hold it down. Goes for the classic just in case he gets pushed. Nano Swarm to bounce around the corner, but Stacks is going to finish him with the Trailblazer instead. And I think that might actually be the first Trailblazer killer we've had in Korea.
I was gonna say I don't remember seeing one.
I don't think I've ever seen that icon. You know, just whether it's in this tournament or on the Korean server, I don't think I've ever seen somebody kill.
It was gonna be anybody. It was gonna be Stacks, right?
At this point, yes.
Well, we ping pong back to bad economy for FSG, and it's sheriffs and a judge. Solhwa really liking that judge, and now you're right. You were right. He was pretty low on the charges for the Blade Storm. Now he's getting close. So even if they lose this round, I think he's going to be either having it or very close. It's one more kill maybe, but it is all ult available for Vision Strikers right now. All the utility in the world. So, I mean, I could say the way you could actually kind of get a win out of this round for FSG is if you get a couple kills on the Vision Strikers and you can force them to utilize a lot of those ultimates, that's not bad. Economically, that's not that bad if you can get that done. I mean, anytime you're on a save round, if you can get 3 or more kills, it's pretty good. And then if you can force out some of these ults as well, I'd be fine with that. We'll just see if they can find a way to do it.
Looked like Solhwa didn't really want to give his position away, but ended up panic firing at that boom bot because it didn't get cleared fast enough by Excel. Hawk up over the top, lockdown going to be used. No Hunter's Fury available to clear. The Seeker's moving forward as well. Ping 9 going to be the first one to fall. Oh, pushing up, Stacks. Maybe not really realizing that there would still be somebody in the site given the lockdown, but does get punished for that. But all the same, it's still going to be advantage to Vision Strikers.
One more kill here is going to be not bad for FSG. I mean, things have gone about as you would expect. Ali finds a nice little cheeky kill coming out of B with his Sheriff. Zest trying to hold the corner. Dark cover is down. FSG not really keen to try to push through Ali just yet. Zest is just, oh god, oh my god.
Okay, well the Tailwind does obscure him for enough time to stay safe for the moment. Can't quite get that 4K as King takes the last kill. Glow does die at the end, but Vision Strikers continue to hold firmly. I mean, we know that their economic situation is just, you know, phenomenal. They are the 1% right now. As they just continue to not give up a single inch realistically here to feel so good.
Yeah, we're going to need to have a Senate hearing on the Vision Strikers pretty soon, man. They're just, they're so good, as you would expect. Stacks 11-4, just doing what he does best,
Just
being
add
solid.
taxes.
Yeah, there you go. We got to
If
tax
you
the
win
Vision
X
Strikers.
amount, if you win X amount of rounds in a row, you start getting taxed higher and higher the longer your win streak goes.
That would be an interesting kind of mechanic. That it a little feels bad when you're like routing a team and then they like
I
can
think
buy
I think it would
operators.
be absolutely awful for any kind of competitive integrity reasons.
Yeah.
But it would be interesting to see how teams react to that.
Yeah, that's true.
That would have been a good April Fool's Day thing. They should have added that
ooh.
to the patch.
Ooh, there you go.
Next year, Riot, you can have it for free. Just put a little you know, like quotation from me at the bottom of the article or whatever.
Just like make it like reverse. Like if you win, you lose money. Like that's the April Fools. Like it's just reverse economics.
We found that winning teams won too much, so now we want winning teams to lose. So every time you win a round, you lose 1,000 credits.
That'd be wild to play in. Be pretty fun though.
It'd be a neat, like, you know, little trial mode type thing, kind of like Spike Rush or whatever.
What if we could do like an Earth type setting where you just are getting your abilities up like really fast?
That would also be awesome.
Right?
Maybe that's in the works. You never
Look at
know.
us. We are freaking just
Pumping out
piling
the
on.
ideas. There you go.
Oh, great
around
timing.
Yeah, got the read that he was going to be in the corner, so as he was coming down off the updraft, does explode. So, solid opening kill. Door shut. Cell trying to break through now. 5v4. After shock to clear the angle, RB does manage to pull back safely. It's a lockdown, but the Hunter's Fury is there.
Yikes. Whoa. 1, 2. Jesus. Oh my goodness.
Yep, well, he and RB just picked up everything. Just kill everybody on the enemy team. And now we go into the last round of the half with Vision Strikers on an absolute tear. 5 rounds in a row so far. And feels so good, just have not been able to stop the bleeding. And remember, you know, this is from the defender side.
Yeah, again, FSG needs to really take their time with their retakes and come up with different angles of attack, find different ways to put pressure onto Market in this case, or try to get through B main earlier, send a lurk out sooner. You gotta do, I know it's really tough against Vision Strikers because they're incredibly patient and they wait. So it's really tough to get those lurks going. Vision Strikers really wait kind of for later possible moments to see what you're doing, to try to get information, and then they make their moves based off of that. For FSG, on your read, you can't all come from the same angle. You can't all come from Allen. You can't all come from Heaven. There has to be something different. Because Vision Strikers are just going to mow you down like you just saw.
Yeah. Well, Drone didn't really spot too much. Zach's able to clear it. Good cover does come through for Ping 9, making sure that they keep it hidden, that Ali is waiting. But as they just continue to use everything on this side of the map, Vision Strikers have fully rotated over towards A now.
FSG feeling it, at least. I can see that they're rotating towards it. Breach and Jet making their way through. The dark covers come through. Paranoia in as well. RB going to open up with the entry. Checking Hell's going to see the head of Eliza. Eliza going to get one, but he gets taken down by RB.
Yeah, they do get the finish, but they managed to take out 2 members on the entry here from Vision Strikers. So this is a 3v3 with the spike just now going down. Don't want to break the door yet, it would seem. Get into position. The Rolling Thunder comes crashing in. Zest stunned up for the moment and revealed. Manages to hide safely behind primary plan here.
The reaction of RB to that Rolling Thunder to throw that paint shells up into Heaven because he knew they'd be pushing off of it, incredible.
Really good. Glow just comes in from the side right when he's not peeking. Gets himself a second in the round, and there you have it on the half. 9-3 with the teams now swapping sides. Vision Strikers, question is, can they win a pistol round?
No. I don't think they will. No, they might. They do from time to time.
Well, if they don't, then
It doesn't matter.
This
they
could be
lost the pistol round and then went 9-3.
True. And the follow-up.
Yeah.
They won in the 3rd round. So
If you just took pistols out of this game, I mean, it'd be even more ridiculous for the Vision Strikers. They'd be even better. It's just weird. It's just so funny. This is the one thing, like, when let's assume it's Vision Strikers that's going to Reykjavik. This is the one thing that really concerns me. I mean, we can get out there and talk online and talk smack about all the different regions, and I saw there was like a power ranking that came out from some of the Western pros, and Vision Strikers weren't even in the top 10, and I think they're wrong, but whatever. But the one thing that does worry me about the Vision Strikers is their lack of ability to clutch on pistol rounds. And that's going to hurt them because good teams are going to make it much harder for them to recover from.
Yeah. Absolutely correct. So definitely something for them to work on in the meantime. But here we go. 3 members currently kind of committed over to the B side here for Vision Strikers on the defense. The drone will move forward, clears out Pizza, says no, there's no jets here. Chomping away. It seems like this might just be a full-blown charge up mid. Oh, okay. Maybe a reroute. That is a lot of information garnered from that single Trailblazer now. Flashpoints at the ready, and see them pulling off the site. So Vision Strikers looking like they want to play for the retake.
It's kind of a little cat and mouse game that they have set up. Stax has a pretty good angle. Going to see the the spike attempting to be planted. Not really able to find much off of it. RB's going to cover and get Alley. What a crossfire.
Yeah, that's going to be the plant going off, but already 2 members going to be eliminated. So with his frenzy, will manage to find 1, but at this range, he just can't compete. Stacks domes 2 back-to-back. Zest gets the finish, the defuse is there, and Vision Strikers have in fact won a pistol round, and that is very, very bad for Feels So Good.
Well, it's really smart here. Once Stax has that information off that Trailblazer into the mid area, he knows there's 3 there. So basically, they only have a couple options, and they either go towards market, they keep going in, or they completely reroute to mid top, which is super dangerous. So you can basically go into Gelato for free and really take control of either coming through with a nice retake, like eliminating a really crucial crossfire angle for the attacking side by moving into A main. And then, I don't know, FSG just gets a little overconfident. I mean, they see Stacks, and then RB is there, gets a kill, and then they still push another one, even though there's a 50-50 crossfire. I mean, it was a little weird.
Okay, well, King does get found out. Stinger there from Sohwa. Managing to eliminate 1, but Zest fires back in kind. Gets that kill. Now holding the angle right here on the corner. Oh, man, back-to-back dings for the finish. It's a very swift round. Vision Strikers lose 2 guns, but they do move up 11-3. And Feels So Good. I mean, there was weapons committed to the round here. Sohwa is going to have to go for another Stinger here in the 3rd round of the half.
Yeah, I mean, Vision Strikers might be able to win this map with keeping FSG at no one on their team getting into double-digit kills. It could happen. I don't think it will, but with the way they're playing right now, and yeah, like you mentioned, the money was spent for FSG. They're in a bad spot, so now they're also in a bad spot.
Well, forgot the spike. Gotta get that real quick. Rip. Trying to back over. So just get these smokes down over onto Cat. Dart over the top, looking to scout. Won't be able to find them though, as they just nestle up inside of the dark cover. Glow. Reaching around the side. Trailblazer spotted maybe 1 in the back. Hard to say. Cloudburst comes down. They make their way into market. There'll just be a lot of respect shown here by Vision Strikers. They pull back into the site rather than trying to press up and catch them. Sohwa going to fall. Zest just continuing to hold the angle. The Nano Swarm will finish off Alley as King does fall. And RB waiting around the back. Finds Eliza. 12-3. Feels So Good. Still picking up those sheriffs in the round. Let's see what they can afford. But they need to win 9 straight rounds versus Vision Strikers if they want to win on their map pick of Ascent.
Well, yeah, this is it. It just kind of feels almost like a foregone conclusion. Vision Strikers just read them like a book.
Yeah.
They just know exactly what FSG wants to do, and they play off of it. Glow's there just waiting with the paranoia for them to push through, and then there's Crossfire from main, from Lumber, from everything. You've got the Nano Swarms in perfect spots. RB's lurking at the exact right area to finish the job. It's just incredible.
Made around the corner, RB trying to displace himself a bit. Moves back, does not get clipped by the Aftershock. Man, the timing of the jump there. Nano Swarm, just make sure that he's all the way into the back as the Trailblazer spots them out and likely saw some of them exiting. Still have 2 sitting right now, King and Zest over by bench. Stax has moved up onto, towards Boiler. So they're not feeling confident enough to be able to rotate actually through mid. They say, yeah, we got to go all the way through spawn. It's now a minute left on the clock. Let's see if Feel So Good can get themselves into this site.
Turret's at least there to give the information for Vision Strikers. I gotta compliment RB on his reaction times. Like his call.